Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 12th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com for more awesome readers and astrologers. But let's see what we have coming up for you at this time. Definite changes for sure, which is probably going to be true for you for a while, I would say. Probably going through a lot of changes and, a lot of new experiences as well. Looks good to me, though. Definitely some good stuff coming up. But you have the Ten of Spades coming off of last week, worries. So let those worries go. You could be worrying about things you don't need to worry about at this time. I do sometimes look at this as a good card. I mean, really, I look at it as a neutral card. I don't really look at it as being good or bad. To me, it just can represent some sort of change. It can represent death, changes, fears, worries, but also overcoming those things and changes. It's also a card of travel, and it can also represent starting new things. So, I don't consider it a bad card. I also think this is a good card that says, hey, don't, don't put all your energy into one thing at this time. This is a card that says you might have a tendency to only focus on one thing at this time and, kind of like putting your eggs in one basket. And this card says don't do that. It says, mix up your time, mix up the things that you're doing because that's going to lead to the most success at this time. I've said it a million times before. This year to me is all about experimentation. The cards like the Jack of Spades keep coming up for people this year. And, to me it really says, we can really create our own lives this year, and probably for the next 3 or 4 years at least. We can totally change our lives and do something we've always wanted to do but feel like we couldn't. I would say that it's down to experimentation, where we have to do things, where we have to figure out different ways of doing things. I always think it's probably a good year to break the rules in some ways. Capricorn, we have all this Capricorn energy, Saturn and Pluto. To me, Saturn in Capricorn is probably a placement that says, it would be a bad idea to break the rules, especially anything that could be considered illegal. But having said that, I think it is a year where bending the rules or just doing things in a different way are probably very important to get what we want. So, like I said, there's some sort of balance there. Next, we have the Joker. Very busy, having a lot of stuff to do, and I feel like for you, just saying it's going to be a busy week. Next, you have the King of Diamonds. Could be dealing with bosses, having a lot to do with bosses and things like that. Not a bad card, very good card of luck, and can even represent changes in your finances. Next, you have the Queen of Spades, which is you showing up here. This is a card that I think can represent a gift from the universe. I do think that people, it seems there have been a lot of gift cards, I would say, this week. So it seems like people are getting gifts and could be getting some sort of karmic payouts at this time. I do feel like that will be nice. I also feel like this is a card of you stepping up into some sort of authority position, but I think you need to push yourself into it. You need to try to get it, especially at work. If any of you work, I would be, pushing myself if I were you, because this card says, hey, there's some sort of new position that could be really good for you, but you have to take the risk with the Five of Spades, which says take a risk, do something hard, do something new, and you could become very successful. This is also a great card for health. I do feel like there could be some very good health changes for you. And finally, Six of Clubs, card of incremental improvements, card of success as well, and even a card of releasing burdens. So I do feel like it's kind of like a burden releasing week for you. It's funny because you actually, I don't feel like a lot of messages for you, but if we look at the Ten of Spades can represent fortune after difficulty as well. Putting down some burdens. Six of Clubs, putting down some burdens. So I do feel like there is some sort of release for you, and maybe that's your major message, is that, maybe there's just some sort of positive release at this time. Six of Diamonds, like I said, great card for money. King of Diamonds, and I would also say with the King of Diamonds, doing anything, even talking to bosses, about getting a raise or about getting a promotion. And for those of you who are even retired, that Six of Diamonds can be great for, did I say Six of Diamonds? I'm going to keep saying that. King of Diamonds. That's a great card for talking to, people who are, financial advisors, accountants, or anybody dealing with money. So it could be a great week for kind of figuring things out with money, is what I would say there. But it looks good. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.